Hey, one person. Somebody keep jumping on here real quick. Oops, dang it. What the hell happened to the market today? Okay. Hey, two people. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up. I ain't got much to say today anyway, so just want to come on, check and see what everybody's up to. And also, if anyone has. Hey, Vicky, what's been going on? It's going okay. I took me a break today because I was like so tired of working all these straight hours at TurboTax. Even though I did work this morning for like 11, 12, 1, 2. What time I worked till? 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3 hours. And then the first hour, I was, we had a little team meeting. Not really a team meeting, supposed to be like a little week meeting, they call it. And then I was talking with one of my other coworkers for about a good 30 minutes. So then, just took a few calls, people being idiots, you know, and it's like people, ooh, especially when you in the chat, people be chatting and you give them simple instructions to, can I see your screen? And they, oh, goodness gracious. I was like, but then I went to get lunch today. I went to go to Panera, because I got all these little gift cards. So I said, you know what? I just want to step outside and, took me a little break, just to be out. Went to ate lunch because I didn't eat breakfast when I first woke up. So I said, okay, let me go ahead and go to Panera just to sit, just get away from sitting in front of the computer. And then I went to Sam's Club. And boy, I said to myself, I was talking to someone else about going, keep buying food and groceries. So I went to Sam's Club. I bought like orange juice, raisin, like raisin bread thing, two chickens, and some country ribs. It was like a big pack. It was not that bad in price. And something else. Not a whole bunch of stuff. It was like 6 items. It was like 50 something dollars. No, 40. It was 40 something dollars. So I said, you know what? I'll put my things in the freezer. Oh, and bacon. That's what it was. Bacon. Though, it had like two thick cut bacon. It was 2 packs. I think it was pretty good price, but I was like, dang, the bacon cost more than the chicken, the two whole chickens that I bought, and the ribs. So I put that, so yeah, that's what I bought. And I said to myself, you know what? This don't make no sense. But since it's the end of the month in February 28th, starting March tomorrow, I'm gonna be real strict with my money, with my budgeting. I'm not going to no grocery store. I said I bought groceries. I know I must have went way over budget in terms of groceries. But I have my little stockpile ready, especially the freezer. I have a big freezer in the garage, and I know I have about probably hundreds of pounds of chicken. And I was like, because I already had whole chickens in the freezer, chicken thighs, chicken legs, chicken breasts. I mean, I'm talking about big packs. And then I had got me some free food at this church. And when I went there, I just wanted to see what they had. And then, you know, um, they gave me a big old 50, was it 50 pound? I want to say it was 50 pounds of chicken thighs or chicken quarters. Yeah, that's what it was, chicken quarters. So I had a big old huge bag, and I was like, dang. So I said, nope. Tomorrow, when I finish eating, when I made me spaghetti again. I had a big old thing of beef, and I made some spaghetti. So that should be about maybe 2 days of eating it. After that, I said, shoot, I'm going to plan out my menus. I'm not going to go grocery shopping not one time this month. I need not to step my foot in no grocery store. But I've been stockpiling, because these prices is going ridiculous. So I said, I got a whole pantry of canned goods and things in the main refrigerator freezer. I was like, damn, I got a big old bag of fries. I may make me some, put in the air fryer. I just got a bunch. So I said, you know what? I need to start eating out my pantry. I don't need to go to nobody's supermarket none time this month or the next couple of months. But I wanted to, I did buy, yeah, I do. I gotta use the frozen fruits that I got in the freezer. Start making some smoothies. But other than that, ain't nothing been going on. Just got another good old month. Let me see, March, April. Probably about a good 2 more months before tax season's over. If they decide to keep me longer, because last tax season, you don't immediately end the season like April 18th, which is the tax deadline. They kind of like finish that whole week, and then they'll ask people if they wanted to go, ready to go, and then they'll keep you on for a few more weeks. But some people on my team, I found out a lot of them had worked beyond the summer, but they were doing full service, what they call full service, where they basically do tax returns, but they not really, but they didn't still put me in full service. So I'm getting a little bit disgusted about that. But I said, you know what? I keep doing what I'm doing, answering chat calls and receiving calls and helping people, the specialists with a small business. So I've been getting these calls from people from doing Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, all these apps trying to figure, they doing their taxes themselves. And I was like, you know what? I am so amazed how many people just can't read simple instructions. I'm not even talking about, you know, gathering your documents and putting stuff together. I consult with people. I say you have to have all your things together. So if you're doing these gig work, I don't care what it is, Grubhub, food delivery, grocery shopping, anything, 1099, NEC, you have to start planning now. You keep track of your information now throughout the year. And people don't have nothing ready. They don't have no kind of system in place and all kind of stuff. And then then people struggling to find someone to do their taxes, and people ain't really doing all of that. And I said to myself, it just had an opportunity for me to just really build up my income and money and do my own thing. So In these next few months, I'm going to start looking for. I don't know if I want to go to a building, rent an office space somewhere, and people could, come in and not do their taxes, or try to promote it online, you know. But I'm not doing no free taxes questionnaires online. I'm not going to do that no more. People, I did that in the past. I answer people questions here and there, and I was supposed to collaborate with another YouTuber. Um he has a little podcast thing, and he invited me to be on his show. We were supposed to do it today, but he had something came up, so I'll be collaborating with him on his channel, and I'll be answering questions, pertaining to ride sharing, gig economy, and taxes, and answer a lot of, I'm gonna talk briefly about it. So I just know that this year, being a small business specialist, and I answer those questions, whether it be in chat or phone call with TurboTax, boy, I was like, oh my goodness, people just, I mean, I don't expect people to know the tax laws and rules and things like that. That's not a problem. It's the, okay, it gives you it gives you a question and you have to answer it. And people just, they call in or chat, and I say, okay, let's start point. I point to the screen where they need to be. I say, okay, go right here. You know, they all over the place jumping. I said, don't be so quick. I'm trying to help you, and they just don't want to read. People just don't want to read. I said, you can't. Um, all you're doing is putting the information as it says on the screen, and then when it breaks down the expenses, you know, I said, do you keep track of your expenses? I even told them about Stride. It's a free app. You could keep track of your records, or you keep track of your miles. People ain't did nothing. So most people come in there, they so used to giving their information to someone. Like I had a customer, they was really good though. They were really good. I helped them. It was like, shoot, I must have been on that phone with them for an hour. Lived up in New Jersey, and he had a barber shop, and he was like trying to do the taxes himself this year because their tax preparer passed away. So I said, well, did they give you all your records? No, we can't find it. I was like, oh my goodness. I said, how y'all, I'm sitting in my mind, how people go to pay people to do their taxes, and they don't get their paperwork, they get the paper. If they get the paperwork, they don't know where it is. I was like, oh my goodness. I said, because you always have to keep track of your tax records, because when you file your tax return, whether you do it yourself, and if you do it yourself, you need information from the previous return so you can file it. People can't find no papers. They don't know where it is. You know, they they give it to somebody else, and they don't know where that person is. That person died, and I said, well, okay, well, you need to get your transcript from iris.gov. And then, I noticed that a lot of people is this organization. Even when I'm doing my taxes myself, I did my taxes, and put in my income and everything. And then it's time to put my expenses in, because, I'd work, I did that neighbor where people could rent one of the rooms for the storage. I got paid like $700 that doing that. And so I'm gonna expense the room in the garage. I get to deduct that, and doing my merchandising gig jobs. I keep track of the miles, and but I'm getting a little good refund, but nothing compared to people who got those dang children. I told y'all right before tax season start. I said a lot of people's gonna be shocked and surprised about them getting, especially if you do the gig work. I said a lot of people were surprised they owed taxes by the thousands. And I said, you know what? You can't deduct that down to zero. They ain't pay no estimate tax payments. Y'all know I've been talking about this for the last 4 years. I said, did you make any estimated tax payment? You have to pay the taxes throughout the year, especially if you're just doing 1099 work and you don't have no regular job. And so many people I watch throughout the year, they're going to be shocked and surprised. And another thing that's going to be happening that I keep telling people and warning them, I said, just because the IRS don't come to you this year, that don't mean they're not going to look at that 2 years down the road, because so many of my former coworkers, December come around, so many people say, oh, so-and-so retired, so-and-so retired. It's like people are leaving at the IRS, been there 20 years, 30 years, they running out that door, retired. They tired. They say nope. And TurboTax, where I work at, they hiring people right now. They need to hire more people. They didn't hire enough people. Well, I can't say they didn't hire enough people. The people who worked, they call you back every year. And I assume a lot of people didn't come back, because a lot of people with TurboTax, they have a regular job. They work, they are accountants, they have their own business and stuff. And they don't try to work a lot of hours. They get a few hours and they work, their other job and stuff. But that's why I took off tonight, because I was like, I'm not, I make my own schedule. And from like tonight, I was supposed to be home at 5. I got home at 5:20. After that, I was like, you know what? My feet hurt. I'm tired. And I was supposed to work from 5 to midnight. And what time is it now? 10:24. So technically, I could jump back on there and work these 2 hours, 10:30 to midnight. But really, you don't leave at midnight. You leave whenever they say the queues are clear. I said, you know what? I need me a break, because I already worked like 50 something hours this past week. 48 something, 40, the other hours I worked 38, but technically I was really working way more than that. I've been doing the merchandising jobs, and they've been calling me every day with merchandiser. Do you want to do a reset? And I said, do y'all know I live in Georgia? I don't live in South Carolina. They be offering me jobs to go to South Carolina and Alabama to go to these stores. And it's like, these people, they must be from another country or something. I was like, God dang. And then when they do have a job or whatever that's in town, it's like an hour away. I said, no, I ain't feel like going all over there. And but I'll do some in the summer when the summer comes. But I do have another thing coming. I saw it on Facebook. In Gwinnett County, they hiring people to be tutors for these kids for tutoring in math and reading, so they could take that state test. So they called me. I forgot I set an appointment to inquire about it, and I spoke with the lady. I was kind of like, oh God, I said, who's calling me? Because they better be calling me about when you want to buy your house. You want to buy your house. And I was like, okay. Then when she called, I was like, who? And I said, oh yes. And she told me, and she was like, oh, from the Gwinnett something something. Then I spoke to her on the phone when I left Panera. Before I left and drove off, we spoke on the phone, and she was telling me they were looking for people immediately to tutor kids like 3 days a week, from either, you could choose whatever hours. I think it said 8 a.m. to noon. Um, it wasn't like all day. You're not teaching anyone. They already got the materials. These are kids that need tutoring, and it pays like $18 an hour, and they guarantee a minimum of at least 20 hours. So I said, shoot. I looked on they shared me the email, and she told me to look over it if I was interested. And I said, okay. The school right up the street, it was one of those elementary schools, because if you go Annistown Road, I live closer to Gwinnett County. So it was not even, so all these schools that was listed on the list, I said, shoot, I lived in Lilburn, Centerville. I was like, shoot, that's right up the road, not even far. So I said, you know what? I want to do that because I said I could do that in the morning time, and I need a break. I need a break. I'm tired of talking to grown ass, non-reading ass adults who can't follow instructions when you tell them something, and all these know-it-alls. Somebody gave me a 1 on my survey. I was like, oh shoot. The manager was like, "Our scores are dropping down." And then she was talking about the, the bad survey she received, and she said one person hung up. I know I didn't get that survey because I saw it when I refreshed my screen. I looked, I said, oh shit. I said, I got a 1. So and then she said one person they didn't even contact you. It was something. It was not me. I know that. There was a few people on the team, and I said, shoot. One person didn't even answer the question, and so I was like, "Mm." So I know I had looked up the case number. I looked it up. I said, let me see what this was. And I remember I said, shit, that was that Asian woman I spoke to right before it was time to log off. Here's somebody calling in at 11:50. I was like, at that point, I was tired. I was ready to go. She come, she come asking 50 billion questions. What did this? What this minimum tax meant alternate man? I don't know. I said just click on that blue button and then read it. Well, can you explain it in another way again? No, I can't explain it no other way. Then she was like, "Can I deduct insurance that I have my husband? He work." I said, "You can't deduct insurance if your husband got insurance to his job." I paid insurance. I said, "Okay, well, what kind of insurance did you have?" I paid it myself. She didn't answer the question. I was like, "Oh my god!" At this point, I was getting real agitated. I was really agitated. And I know it was I know it was not my friendly professional patient self. I wasn't patient at all. I could tell you now. So I know my manager, we're gonna have a one-on-one, and she gonna probably say, we went to listen to this call. I ain't listening to nothing because when Wednesday come with our one-on-one, I'm gonna tell her I'm not feeling well. Can we reschedule our one-on-one next week? Because I had to go to a doctor's appointment. I really do have to go to a doctor's appointment. So I'm not doing no one-on-one to discuss that. I said, shoot, it is what it is. But you know, I wasn't the only one. So I had all perfect tens, nines, which counts as a 10. I had 1 5. I don't know. She answered the question. I was like, you dumb. I was so pissed off. It was in the chat, peeps about, I don't know. She answered the question. But then we went over it, and then she was like, see, this is where y'all got lost. It was like, I'm asking questions, and then it was kind of confusing. Even once she went and looked, and I read my chat when I was telling them. So I said, "Well, shoot, I said, no wonder why it was a 5." It was just so people take you in a circle and all this kind of crap. But I said, you know what? It is what it is. I know one thing. I did better than I did last year. So, but sometimes it's just agitating, Then you get these then you get people who want to be smart asses on the phone. You asking them questions. Somebody in the background, you know, grown ass man. He's a grown ass guy answering. He's an engineer, built some shed in the land. So I'm talking, and she's like, he just want to ask one question. Man, get out of the conversation. You know. Then she talk about I know how to do tax. I said, well, if you did know how to do tax, why did you do his? That's what I wanted to say, but I didn't say it. So I'm sitting here listening, asking questions. I said, okay, go ahead and click on here, this area, this and that. I said, well, what is this? That's incorrect. You need to delete it. How you an engineer and you can't read where it says, did you receive a 1099 or you self-employed? Click on it. People be doing all kind of silly stuff. I was like, all you're doing is reading the question, typing the form, and people doing all kind of crazy stuff. I don't mind if you don't know about things and deductions and stuff, but it will be a simple thing like me reading this form and it says, please, what did you get? It says right on the top, 1099 NEC or 1099 miscellaneous or W2. Where y'all put the W-2? It's on the screen. Just click on the button that says W-2. They act, people act, I mean, just the simplest stuff. And I'll be like, okay, just go ahead and put the W-2 and and follow the screen. You simply replicate what's on the paper and put it and type it in. Data entry. That's all it is. Data, you have, people act like they got complicated questions. I was like, and then I guide them how to do it. I said, okay, you're gonna type in what's in box one. What do I put in one? What's the W-2 say? What's in box 1A on the W-2 form? 3,000 that, $200. Okay, they put that or whatever. I was like, and then I take advantage of it. Shoot, I drag that call in. I'll be sitting on the phone with these people. I was just doing it. And I said, you know what? Okay, do me one small favor. Can you go check your email and it's gonna ask for a survey? Because if I can spend that much time on the phone with one person, you're gonna take a survey. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna sit around that phone and say, can you check the email? And they'll do it. They'll sit right up there as they so I have me a trick about that. But those I don't really mind doing things like that. It's the smart addict people. Privilege. Me and my husband, I look at that, looking at the income. They made like six figures. And we want to know, all snooty and stuff. Snooty to the bone. And I want to know, um, it'll be something like, in this, it asked about if he had a boat. I said, ma'am, the state return is for credits. So if it doesn't pertain to you, all you have to do is answer the question yes or no. And then they be making all these investment money and stuff. I look, people be investing. I ain't talking about no cash app in one of those little, apps, but people be one guy I spoke to, he invested in cryptocurrency. This man invested $10,000 for the cryptocurrency and he didn't like it was one of those apps. He said it was acting too funny and stuff. And he got, so he put the money he made money on that cryptocurrency. Oh, I just got in, I invested $10,000. So I took the money and he made like $25,000 and stuff. And I was like, dang. But he had so I was talking to him about that. And then people be making a killing. When I be talking to people, I be looking at their as they looking at their, income and stuff. I said, shoot. Hey Brooklyn, they be making a killing. Oh, I understand. I'm gonna give you a call too when I get off. See what if you up to. We could talk. And then I look at yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm a little bit agitated. I think I don't know. Maybe it's the change because I've been like, it was like little things bother me. I've been, oh my God, So I was like, shoot. But I'm just trying to balance myself out. But and then no, that's okay. You just have to go through the change. You be one moment I'll be on the phone. Last week I was like one moment I was like depressed and crying and I was just so frustrated and I was just so felt so alone. And but y'all know Yvette, she come on here. She don't go by her name, but she been helping me emotionally. So, she kind of listened to me vent. It wasn't even venting. I just felt a certain way. And then I was watching Jermaine Ellis' channel the other day. He was down and out. He was like real depressed. I said, everybody's going through something. This state of loneliness, this state of, it's just too much. I've been stressing myself out working and just, you know, just kind of just agitated, like, just the little things. So I don't know. When I go to the doctor, I'm gonna ask her because I don't feel no symptoms. I'm not feeling hot flashes, sweating to death. But I was like, why I'm feeling this moody way? I know I'm not bipolar. I know that ain't it. I know that is not it. But I don't know. Maybe I'll just seek some type of assistance. Everyone's going through. I'll talk to you. Don't retract it, Brooklyn. Don't do that. I already read it. I'm gonna call you. Let me see my phone. See where it is. Don't do that. Don't feel that way. I'm gonna call you when I get off this stream. Put it that way. So where Charlie at? I hear his feet. Where you want, Charlie? Then I went to Sam's Club and spent a whole bunch of money. And then I went to get the cat food, and they only had this one big old bag of dry food. And I was like, dang, they ain't got no wet cat food. So I didn't buy any. So Charlie, I gotta make him regular food so he could eat. I feel bad. But Charlie's been kind of helpful. He's been there by my side. The only way of getting comfort from, even if it's a cat, but he's my little buddy. The other cats that was outside, I don't know where they at. They gone. They've been gone. They've been missing for the last couple months. I said, dang. Either they got somebody snatched them up, or they got to the or the county picked them up and they in the pound. But one was never in the house anyway. The original one, Socks. Socks got so big. Last time I was like, ooh, he must weigh about 50 pounds. He's huge. I was like, mm-mm. But somebody took them in. But I kept good old Charlie. You gotta hate when you do typo, because I type all day and I'll be making typos. So pretty much that's really it. So it's good to take that one day. Today I was like, 50 something hours and doing all these little small gigs to try to generate income, and it's good, but I'm ready for a break. I have not taken a vacation. I haven't gone anywhere. I still got my Southwest Airline credit for $500. I just want to go somewhere at this point. I have to use that $500 before it expires, and it's going to be around July when I went to my nephew's wedding. So I'll be doing that. I've been trying to find a place to go, but I'm gonna find somewhere. And I'm not gonna do anything that requires a passport because I don't want to go anywhere far like Europe or nothing. Not when this thing going on with Russia and not what's going on with Russia and Ukraine. Even though I'm not going that part of the region of the world, but I don't want to go nowhere that's. Mm-mm. I'll go to Mexico. No, I can't because I have to get a passport. I'll go to somewhere in the Caribbean, and I don't want to drive. I don't want the way I have to drive anywhere. I don't want to do that. So I would visit one of y'all, but nobody invited me to visit them. Yeah, it has, but you know what? It could be worse, and I can't stress myself about it. Looking at my investments and stuff, you see it going down and down and stuff. It's gonna come back up. You just have to be real diligent with money and budgeting and doing what you have to do. But I do feel sorry the people who have to do the gig work, driving, and the passive gas, and mm-mm, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Not $3.47. I'm not. Now, I had got gas not last week, but let me see now. I want to say it was the week before last, and I filled up, and then now I have a half a tank, left because the days I've driven, going just to the supermarket or doing my gig work, whatever. So, and then when I signed up for Sam's Club, and the gas, I could get gas. It's $3.15 unleaded at the Sam's Club. But when I went to the Sam's Club, it was a line. It was like a line. I was like, I ain't standing in line just to get no $3.15 for gas. But um, yeah, it's gonna be an issue if you do pizza deliveries. Anything you require that you have to drive. That's why I said, ooh, no, I gotta be cautious where I go. But yeah, I'm gonna get gas. I'm not driving out tomorrow to Sam's Club. I don't need to go there. I should go. But the thing line was like long. I was like, I ain't waiting in a line just for no $3.15. But I should have, but I'm not anywhere near empty. But yeah, it was $3.15 at Sam's Club. So I'll check the app and then if I see what the price is, and then I'll probably go there and get some. But shoe, I'll see what I'll do. But so I would have done a collaboration with Rodeo. He's one of the other YouTubers. I was supposed to be a guest on his thing, but he had something to do, so we're gonna reschedule it. So once he tells me when he's gonna have me as a guest speaker on his channel, I'll let y'all know, and y'all could just come on there. Or better yet, um, even if y'all don't come when it's live stream, he'll probably save it, and then y'all could replay it, and I'll be on his channel to discuss some tax tips for gig economy. So if y'all want to write any questions, y'all can send me a question to tsmallwood68 at gmail.com. I'm going to start another email with my business one so I could not have it lost in the shuffle with all the rest of them. And y'all could ask questions about any tax questions that y'all have that y'all want me to do. So I'm going to type my email, and one day before April for sure, I'll look at my schedule, and then I will and I want to be more formatted. I don't want to be all over the place. So what I'll do is if y'all write the questions, no, don't worry about how dumb it is, but just ask me the question and I will come up with these questions so I could answer people's questions that they need to know, because a lot of people trying to do it themselves, going to going to Jackson Hewitt in the Walmart. I went there. I went to so many different Walmarts when I was doing these gig work, and I look at the counter. They said now closed. We'll be open from 1 to 3. They hire people to do the taxes at the Walmart, and they don't even have people staff. Every time I walk through there, I ain't seen that one person sitting at that counter, and they have a sign, we'll be available from one to 4. So because see, they don't pay no money. Jackson Hewitt and H&R Block, those people who do the taxes, when people walk in there, they they can, it's not even open. If it's open, you may see one person in there, but the prices that they charge, even if you have a Schedule C, or you have like a lot of forms and complications, man, they want like 500 something dollars. That's how much. Even TurboTax, they don't list their price like that, but TurboTax ain't cheap. Now they got that basic where you could, if it's real basic, you just got a W-2. It's free until March 13th or something like that. But after that, they charging $100 something plus you got to pay for the state. So I was like, oof. But there's some places you could do your tax return for free. You just have to go on the irs.gov website, and then you have to meet certain income levels and also certain states. So, and but in terms of like going to places, even if you go to an individual and they say they'll do the returns, they want a whole lot of money too. I was only going to charge, I was going to charge 250 and the state be free. And this is for a complicated Schedule C's and a whole bunch of stuff, because and with that includes um basic, because a lot of people ain't keep track of nothing. They ain't got no records, they ain't got no receipts. And so I said, well, this, if I do people tax returns, I said, did you keep track of it on your bank account with a check card or something? I said, just give me all your, bank statements and I'll just comb through it. Do you keep track of the miles? I said, can you log onto your Uber app and see what the miles you did? So, but people, they not prepared. They just got their stuff all over the place, all over the place. And and like I said last year, when they started giving up that Ely grant, and I got that Ely grant last year, all 15,000. So many people. I said I could look at your returns for free, whoever you went to. I said, okay, if you want to do a free analysis, I'll look at it and see if it was missing some deductions or things you should have took. And I could assure you, I'm going to find missing deductions, things that people didn't do, they didn't claim. Um, because not to say that people should get on YouTube and tell all your business, but I spoke to a lot of people I've run into. I said, "Oh, you did Uber and stuff," and I said, "Oh, did you apply for the Ely grant?" No, what's that? No, I took it to my lady that do my taxes, and they didn't tell you about the grant. They didn't look at that would be one of the first. If you got that when that Ely grant came out, that would have been the first thing that I would have stated. Oh, by the way, you could apply with the Ely grant, and so many people did not get it, not because they didn't know about it, or if they did know about it, they got confused because they was talking about the PPP loan and all that stuff. And I said, nope, I'm not doing don't do no PPP loan, y'all. I told y'all don't do no PPP loan because the banks and all these companies were pushing that PPP loan because they get a cut, they get an incentive for pushing it. So many people got caught up in that PP. Now I ain't talking about the ones who did it fraudulently. I ain't talking about the ones who did these scammy stuff. The ones you hear on YouTube and getting, and it's not even millions of dollars. They caught people. I was reading something the other day. This lady in California, up there in that, I know she was one of, because the area of California they was talking about. Oh Lord, I didn't even read the whole thing all the way, and she scammed and got $2 million of PPP loans, and you know, and it's not like you have to say, "Oh, I didn't understand." No, they say they you have to sign so many times when you apply the paperwork. I ain't talking about the grant, the paperwork alone, biggest day, and you had to sign and sign every section. You sign at least 20 spots, so ain't no way nobody could be confused. People just outright ran a scam, and they knew it. They knew it. They knew it. You know, it's a shame people fell into that. They were being greedy. You said they didn't even start a business. I was like, what? Homegirl Ghetto USA LLC is not a business. I know I'm exaggerating about that, but people was just making up stuff. Like the other day, let me tell y'all, this one, she was in the chat and she was some Hispanic woman. I want to say it was in California or whatever they were at. So she tried to file a Schedule C and and saying she made this amount of money and trying to write off a whole bunch of stuff. So it came back as an error, and it said it had an EIN number. EIN number is like a federal tax ID number for business. but you only should get an EIN number if you are an independent contractor or business. If you was going to hire people, that's the purpose of the EIN number. And I hear a lot of people on this YouTube channels telling people stupid stuff. I was like, I got so annoyed. I was like, oh my God, calling himself the gig economist and bullshit stuff like that, and making master classes and telling people wrong stuff after wrong. Me and this person, after I kind of questioned her about it, she basically blocked me from her channel. No, did she block me? I think she did block me from her channel, or came back to me all kind of crazy. And I said that's not the reason for LLC, and she did, all kind of bullshit. And we had the same number of subscribers at the time. I only had like 600 something. Sorry, she didn't have that many subscribers at first when we had this little thing. Because I listened to one of her videos earlier when she started, and I'm like saying, what the hell is she talking about? And I said, and I told her that's not true, that's incorrect, and she gonna argue with me. It was something where she was like, "Well, festival lady T, don't get her attitude with me. I have an MBA degree. I had studied advanced accounting courses and in the tax industry. I'm not just making myself up. You used to be a police officer or a sergeant, and then you don't work at the police department no more, and then you did this, and you say you got 10 billion businesses, and bullshit, and people be like, "Oh my God!" And then these followers, they be like swearing what she's saying is gold. I was like, no, what is wrong with y'all people? Y'all listen to things, and just dumb, just plain stupid. So the this lady, she come in the chat, Mexican lady, she typing, and I said, I try to put the EIN. I'm giving her instructions how to file the EIN number and all this kind of stuff. Then the thing didn't take. So I said, okay. So I said, let me see where you entered the EIN information from. I don't see the numbers because it's blacked out. So I looked at the information she inputted. I said, well, I asked her, did you contact the person that you got the 1099 from? No, he not in business no more. I said, okay. Even if they went out of business, they would have to close their books, but they still would have to give you that 1099 NEC. So I said, let me see what you put in there. So I looked at the entry. I looked at what she put in there. And I said, whose address is this on this form? Oh, that's my address. I said, ma'am, the address of the person who owns the business is the same address as your home address. She tried to avoid what I'm asking her. I already knew. I already peeped it. Ma'am, the IRS is going to check the EIN numbers because they issued the EIN numbers. And if did you put the correct EIN number, and whose address is this? It's her address, her home address. I said, well, is the person live with you? Are they a relative or something? She avoided the whole question that I'm asking her. And then I told her you would need to get a substitution form, because if you enter this tax return information, the IRS is going to verify the EIN number. She tried to put a fake EIN number that didn't even, of her home address. And I said, you're going to have to, and she had all these expenses, written off. Whole numbers too. You writing off $1,000, $3,000, $4,000, all this money they writing off. Ain't nobody, how you have, fraud. And I caught it. And I said, I already knew. I said, I already knew. Some people was making up false Schedule C's to get, have 50 billion kids, because you have to have income to get earned income tax credit. People making up stuff. I was like, then all of a sudden the chat ended. Clue ended. I was like, She knew when I was trying to type to her, and I said, "Well, you know what? If you, the IRS is going to verify at the end of the summer, around May, they're going to verify all the income that people got, and they're going to check the EIN number, and they're going to flag it, and it's going to say it's going to come up invalid, or it's going to come up fraudulent." I already knew. I already knew. I was like, "My God, y'all really doing that?" I know. I was like, see, anybody else that worked with me at TurboTax, they would have been like, "I don't know. And yeah, I got this issue, and I don't know why this come up." They wouldn't even peep that. But they the ones doing full service, not even on the phone, not in the chat. They call customers when they get their information. But man, I peeped that like it was nothing. I was like, man, you might pick that thing off or file a substitution W-2 form or contact the person. But when I said, who address is this? Why you got the address? If it's your address and it's your home address, you know, they trying to act like they trying to play that they don't know, they don't understand role. Man, all you're doing is typing in the form. They would have played, tried to work the system, but with under him. No, you can't. And another thing that I start seeing people doing, I know people, I know you have children and stuff. They got the advanced child tax credit. Did you get the letter? Did you get money last year for 4 months per child for the advanced child tax credit? Yeah, I got it, but I thought I was to get more. Ma'am, that's what advance means. That means you got it before you need to file a return. And let me tell you how many these refunds people getting for that. I hope Congress cut that shit off. I don't give a damn. I gonna have to turn Republican momentarily, but that was ridiculous. People getting 12,000, 14,000. So what the hell they getting all this money? I looked at their returns and stuff. People getting all that money. It's not even the stimulus. It's not even, hey Charlie, quit that. They already got the 3 stimulus checks. They got all that money for the advanced child tax credit. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Plus the earned income tax credit and all the stimulus. I was like, this don't make no dang sense. And then they talk about, oh, we should extend it. They not extending that. They didn't even pass it. So they trying to get now. See, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I hate being a Democrat at times because or registered Democrat. We going to extend the child tax credit this year? What? And you getting all those and you getting all that money and with children too. Yes, that's what that is. That advanced child tax credit, they getting thousands and thousands of dollars. No, no, I'm sorry. Last time I checked, little kids and stuff don't need a whole lot of clothes like that, and half of them don't even spend the money that is supposed to be, which is kids. They don't need all that money. They getting food stamps galore, Section 8 housing. Then people trying to now they sitting here driving around Atlanta, Florida, wherever, talking about they can't find no place to live because people got fed up. I'm not, yes, that's not even no, that's not even including the stimulus checks they got for the last couple years. And then you want to argue about um, people make choices going to school to get student loans, and that's another topic I'm going to talk about another day. Um, a lot of these schools, University of Phoenix, and some of these private schools, DeVry, they committed fraud. Even though people went to school, took out the loans, they have to cancel those student loans debts. I said, shoot, they need to hurry and look at mine because yes, I did go to school to get the degrees and stuff, but those companies made out like a bandit, and they found out that they were practicing um, improper. They were saying to people, if you go to this school, I know DeVry did it, Capella doing it. You guaranteed to get this job with this degree going to this school. Now they gotta eat the cost. I'm waiting for my letter to come so they could dismiss my student loans. That would be a burden off my chest for real. I've been paying student loans, paying student loans, paying student loans. And I was like, dang, no, you know. So If they could give money to people who've been riding the system, makes no dang sense. The last time I got a $15,000 um credit, I mean a refund, was when I first bought my house. It said if you bought, there was a $8,000 first time home buyer credit when I bought the house. I bought windows for this house. It was a credit for me buying the windows, and I still didn't take all the credits for that. So my refund be a little bit better this year. But I spent a lot of money, and and because of that, $8,000 plus my regular refund, shoot, my check was, ooh, it was good. I was like, dang. And I was able to deduct the mortgage and stuff on the Schedule A. Then they changed the tax law where you can't even deduct work expenses. Whenever said they doubled up the standard deduction, I said, well, dang, that hurt a lot of people who was making money, paying taxes and stuff like that. And people were their refunds, they ain't no way close. And I paid all that money in taxes. But then people who ain't, they sat on their lazy asses. Ain't nobody tell you to have 50 billion kids by 5 different baby daddies. And I know that may sound harsh, but how you getting 12? How they get 12, $13,000? And I look at the wages and income, they ain't made no money. I say, what? Hell no. That don't make no sense. I mean, I understand some people may be down and out and struggling and stuff, but you don't even work. Then you go to McDonald's or go to Burger King and all these fast food restaurants. They work 3 months out the whole year, and just to say they worked to get the child tax credit and earn income credit, and then you go there to go to these places. That damn Shaniqua at McDonald's down the street want to talk crazy. I almost punched that bitch straight in the face at that McDonald's down about a couple months ago. And I didn't curse at them. I didn't curse. I didn't threaten. They gonna come back. I said, why you have the door said y'all open in the door. We ain't open. You stand at the register, ain't doing nothing, and they gonna get an attitude with me, and they gonna curse and carry on. I said, bitch, I'll slap you dead on this ground, and. But they lucky. They lucky. I had to control my anger. I had to control my anger. Here come this damn ass niggerville damn manager. I'm the manager. You know. And then she in the back. Yeah, yeah, bitch. I'll slap the spit out of your mouth. From fat ass bitch. Come at the McDonald's. They will not go to that. They keep changing people like it's damn a revolving door. You know. Dumbass bitch. I don't feel no sympathy with them ghettofied whatever. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll show you yeah when I punch you dead in your eye. But shit, you glad to Cal County. I had to take those dang anger managements when the last bitch I had to slap in the fucking face go hit me in my house. And then, I said, let me walk away because ain't enough men to get my ass off of this bitch. You just walk in, you just go there just to kind of get your breakfast and stuff, and people want to get an attitude and talk to you crazy. What? These jobs, they be looking for not hiring, $12. They can't find nobody. But they got the nerve to talk to people all kind of crazy. I'm like, what? Ooh, get on my dang nerves. Just talk all kind of way. Go in there, you know, shoot. One day there's see that's why people when you go on YouTube and the news they talk about people jumping at drive-through windows with people with their attitude and punching them in the face and throwing hot coffee in their face. That's why people people already spending a whole lot of money to eat there. Ain't nobody need no attitude like you got. Can you pull up to the front, and walk off like they ain't got nothing to do? But I put some pep in your fucking step. This is ooh. All these dang trolls and stuff, we Russian names or whatever. People they be trying you, just trying. People act like they don't care. These places, fast food places and stuff, They don't care who they hire. They don't care who they hire. They don't care what they say. And I said, little girl, you better step away and mind your business. Get out of grown folks' business. I'm talking to the manager. And they be sitting there, yeah, man, punch you dead in the face. You old lady that, man, you wish to get my age, ugly bitch. I said, you better go ahead and do something about that raggedy weave you got in your head. And then they be like, he, you so stupid. I said, I insulted you right in your face, and all you could do is laugh. He. I said, you stupid. You an idiot. Then here come dumb manager, so-called manager. He you know. I said, you know what? Y'all a bunch of dumbass niggas, boy. I can't stand it. That's why I said, nope. I said, mm-mm. That's why I would never, ever in life go to KFC at the 178. I'm standing in there trying to get something, and they all standing there looking in my face. Nobody said nothing. I stood there for like 10 minutes. Then here come this bitch, old ass bitch manager. I said, excuse me, I've been standing here for like 10 minutes and you it had all these coworkers, your workers looking at in my face, and nobody came to this service. Then she was like, well, first of all, you ain't gonna talk to me. I said, bitch, what the fuck I had to curse her out. Then the other manager who was cursing and carrying on with the employees. Every time I walk in there, she cursing and carrying on with the coworkers. They just ignoring her. She was at the other location. Hey, she coming out the bathroom. This bitch come out the bathroom, buckling up her pants. Hey, I just went to the bathroom. She must have been there for a long time. Hey, that's my mama. I said, I don't give a fuck. It's your mama. I'll curse you out too. And I was like, what? You ain't gonna don't come back on here. I said, fuck you. I would not step my foot up in this place no more. I had to curse both of them out. Her mom was like, well, first of all, you know, the last time I went in there a few months ago prior to that, she was like, that's what's wrong with black people. They always want to go and speak to the district manager and rather than addressing it with us directly. I'm not gonna address nothing with you. You talk to me like that. And then I walked in there. She recognized. She knew who I was because the last time I was in there, she was like, "I don't know why people want to call the manager, the district manager, and then." Then you gonna? I mean, I said first of all, and I didn't curse at her, y'all. I didn't. I said first of all, you didn't even apologize in what you just telling me. Like, you ain't gonna talk to me like see people that's bold. I said fuck you. And the horse you rode onto, here come her door. That's my mama. I said, I don't give a fuck. It's your mama. Fuck you too. Ah, ah. I walked out the door, and they come walking out looking after me. Man, I said, fuck you, father. I should have rolled their fucking asses over. I just drove away. I said, you know what? God trying to tell me not to go up in that eat no damn nasty ass, spending all my money at KFC. I didn't feel like cooking. I didn't know why I wasted my time. So I would never step my foot. Yeah, don't come back. Man, fuck you. Shit, I had that whole damn place locked down, closed, talking to me all kind of crazy. So I was like, these people, boy, they just got the nerve. Hey, Romeo, people just got the nerve. All I did walk in there, people got, we standing around waiting for someone to come to the register, and they act like they ain't see you at the damn register. Don't you see me standing here? Taking a slow ass time. One person, he's sitting. This was a few months ago at the same KFC I went to. He's sitting out in the dining room just chilling. And the manager who come out here with her pants buckled, fixing up her clothes and stuff, she was like, "Hey, you on the clock?" He was on the clock. He was just sitting there for an hour. You been sitting there for an hour. He was riding the clock. Oh, I was like, I mean, he was sitting there like he was on his lunch break, and he was like, "You've been sitting there an hour." He was working on the clock. He acted like he was off the clock. He been sitting in the dining room. No, I was like, I said, boy, And then people want to tell me, oh, people working fast food, they should get paid $15 an hour. No, they should get 15 cents an hour. That's what they need to get paid. Because they ain't worth shit sitting around here. But just talking to all people crazy. And then it's the younger people too. Maybe some of the old ones too, ratchet. One day somebody gonna come up in that place and they're gonna piss the wrong person off. It ain't gonna be someone like me who's gonna like curse you out if you need to be cursed out and walk away. Somebody gonna walk up in there one day. Somebody gonna have a real bad day, got nothing to lose, and they gonna watch. Exactly. And even it's not even meant for. Even if you worked in that type of industry, fast food and stuff, it has opportunities. It really do because people work. They could start out like that and they go to management and things like that because it's a stepping stone. Because even if you was in high school or young adult getting your first job, they offer a lot of benefits. I could tell you that. I know McDonald's, they had those scholarship programs, um, bilingual. They have a lot of programs. That's why when I used to do those food deliveries and stuff, I said, well, they ain't got a whole bunch of Mexican and Hispanic people. They come from other countries and they offer all those benefits. Let me tell you, don't sleep on that. Don't sleep on it. Say hey, it's a dead end job. It's a job where you go into school. It's a job where people get scholarships and a whole bunch of things. I did a video about that last year or a year before last when I was out and about and I was showing y'all that McDonald's um, advertisement in the truck. So there's opportunities. You don't have to stay there. Trust me, you don't. That's that. If it's a something to do, you step in there. You could groom themselves to be a manager. Because McDonald's at one time, when I was in college and stuff, at one point McDonald's, if you was a manager at a corporate McDonald's, it was like 6 figures, 100,000 in management. So, well, you don't have to do the slave laborish type of stuff. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying, oh, you flipping burgers and that you doing that all day. If you take advantage of the service and the offerings they have, it is a trade off. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying go to work dirty, with hair all crazy, looking all crazy, and you dropping fries and that's it, and you're not taking advantage of what they have to offer. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And that's a lot of things people don't realize. They have, and this is McDonald's. Don't even talk about the other places, Chick-fil-A. Why you think when I go to Chick-fil-A and stuff, all those white kids be working at Chick-fil-A. And when they graduate, everything like right in a couple months, when it's time to people graduate, they put all the people who graduated, Auburn, going to all schools, various schools, and they work there during the school year, and they work, and they give them quite a few benefits with the scholarships. I know the reason why, but I know the reason why. I do know the reason why. So, but still, see, that's what I'm talking about. Because I hate to say it, they have a lot of immigrants. They come here in the United States, and those kids, they be working at these places and stuff, and they reap the benefits, and they going on to college. You know, they go and take advantage of it. But the purpose of these fast food jobs is mainly it's a first job for many high school students. Most of these kids are lazy. The one they walking on the street, you know, always want, I want me some Jordans. And then, the parents, and, working at these places, it teaches you some type of value and skill, some type of work ethic, and get out of parents' pockets because they always want something all the time. You know, that's what it's meant to be. That's exactly what it's meant to be. And then if someone's elderly, they want to get out the house, do some things. Ain't nothing wrong with working at the fast food places. You know, it's see a lot of people. I don't want to downgrade. Oh, this fast food. That's a low day job. That's a waste of time. Somebody has to do it. Someone has to do it. So I would never knock anybody if you're doing a hard, earnest work. I'm sorry to say, you know, because it's not people want to shame people because of what type of job they have, but sometimes I have to look at the circumstances. I'm talking about people just being there and being all nasty and rude and act like they ain't got no damn sense. That's what be driving me crazy. I know one thing: if I had to, if the economy takes a big tank, but don't think that you will be rich. You would never be rich at anybody's job, even if you're an engineer or the lowest of the totem pole as a janitor. But don't. It's not what you. It's not what you. It's not what you make with your money. It's how you make your money and how you invest in your money. And working a job is just over broke. That's exactly what a job is. Just over broke. It is not about, well, you ain't gonna get rich. You ain't gonna get rich doing Uber and Lyft and doing food deliveries either. I don't get rich doing these merchandising jobs. I'm not getting rich because of that. But what I'm saying is that, and I'll give you a perfect example of a story. I was listening to a podcast. This man was a janitor, and he worked as a janitor. He didn't make no more money, but what he did was um $50. I said, was it a month or was it a week? No, I think it was $50 a month. He took $50 a month, set aside as some type of investment. I don't know, was it a mutual fund or whatever? And he saved that $50 every month, put it aside, and invested that money. And then he still had the same job. And 10, 15 years later, or whatever it was, that man had, and this was more than, I've heard this story. It was not just one person that's the story, it was many of people. That person had almost a good $250,000 saved up just by investing in the stock market. He did the stock market, mutual funds. I'm gonna talk about my investments. I did something recently. I'm gonna share that on a separate video because I don't want to be long. Um, he was a janitor. He wasn't making no money. He wasn't making no $20 an hour. I mean, he just simply budgeted his money, invest $50 in due time. That money compounded by him investing in, I was like, mutual funds and a whole, not no CDs either. I'm talking about um different funding that he did. And when he got to a certain age, he was worth way more money. It's not putting your money in a bank account. Yeah, it's good to have an emergency fund, but I was talking to this with someone else too, and I had did some investments in January, and you see it a lot advertised on YouTube, Yield Street. I did that, and that $500, I got the thing um, the other day. It was $583, and it was the minimum of $50. Excuse me, $500 that I did. You could do 200 or whatever, and I was like, oh my goodness. So I said, shoot, I'm gonna make these little gig jobs that I've been doing. I'm gonna invest my money, not keep. I mean, I'm gonna keep some money in the bank as an emergency fund, but I'm gonna invest my funds and different class acts, class actions, class assets, which is real estate. Um, it's a whole bunch of ones, but that's another story for another day. But don't don't always speak that certain jobs that people do. You say, "Oh God, you ain't get rich. That's a waste of time." No, it's only a waste of time if you go to a job, go to do something, and you don't take advantage of what they have to offer. At McDonald's, they offered ESL classes. They offered people they could get their GED. They offered scholarships, and I ain't talking about a little bit of nothing. If McDonald's said, okay, if you work at McDonald's, we'll pay $10,000 of your student loan debt. I'll be right up there. Thank you for choosing McDonald's. How may I help you? I'll be right there with that McDonald's hat and that little M uniform. Let McDonald's come up there and say if you work at McDonald's, they will pay you $20,000 to forgive your student loan debt just for working a year. My butt would be right up there in that night shift for 5 years to get my student loans debt forgiven. Shoe, let them offer that. Shoe, I don't care. I'll be right up in there with that little McDonald's hat. They even call it McDonald's. How would you like your fries? I'll be right there too. Food be nice and fresh. They ain't got to worry about fixing another cheeseburger or whatever. Because I worked at, no, I didn't work at McDonald's. My sister worked at McDonald's when we were younger. I worked at KFC in the Bronx. But I worked at, when I worked at Domino's, that was what? Y'all know when I worked at Domino's, I was doing, I didn't like to make no pizzas, but I did dishes. I did, I saved up my money. There was nothing wrong. There was nothing wrong with that. Let me tell you. I had saved up all that cash, all those cash chips I had. I paid my mortgage with the cash chips I had. Sure did. I built up my little emergency fund. Mm-mm. You know, it's not what you do as a job, but it's what you do with the money you make. Whether you make $10, $12 an hour, $15 an hour, or you make $50,000 or six figures. There's people who make that are lawyers, doctors making six figures, retiring. They left the profession doing Uber, doing Lyft, doing these gig work because and people think, oh, you a lawyer, you should make a lot of money. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Mm-mm. It's about having a peace of mind. Look at Charlie. Look at him. Charlie, what you doing? Y'all see Charlie peeking out the window? Come here. What? Come here. Stop it. Come here. Say hi to you. You know what? Bye. Because I see a lot of people from other countries. They come to they be wanting to come here. They will work at the McDonald's. They'll be working at fast food, washing cars. They do anything what they have to do, and they work hard. They work hard, and they appreciate that job, even if it's at McDonald's. People have their whole family be working at McDonald's, especially when you go to Norcross. The whole family work there. Mama, daddy, it was like one McDonald's up in Norcross. I was like, dang, there's a whole bunch of y'all up in here, and they all related. They all related. One person work at nighttime and whatever, and they all live in the house, and they bring home the paycheck to pay their bills. Let me tell you, I don't see people of other countries. They may work at those jobs, and black folks, we need to stop. We need to stop. We be looking down on people of other races and stuff. They ain't working McDonald's. Oh, they got all those people, but they make the most money. Black folks, we at the bottom of the fucking damn barrel when it comes to stuff. And you know how I know? Because when I worked at the IRS, I see those tax returns. I see the income they made. When I did TurboTax, I see the income they made. but they ain't got shit. They ain't got nothing. So they'll cut grass, they'll do whatever they need to do. But what they do is they pool their money together, and next thing you know, they buying a business. I was like, God damn, how they got a business? And they didn't suffer business wise during COVID when they had shut down. They struggled just like everybody else, but they kept their money tight. That money be tight. They circulate their dollars amongst their own people. Every group do that, except for black folks up here in the United States. They wanna stunt. They wanna stunt, you know, make TikTok videos and act like they doing something. Charlie, get down. And they ain't got no net worth or nothing. This I ain't saying all black folks, but let me tell y'all, the way how this world is going, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. And I said that I knew this. I knew it was gonna be an economic decline. I didn't know about no COVID situation or whatever, but I said, I said this gonna be it's gonna be in it's silico. But I did not know about no pandemic and how it really, really showed itself. But it'll get better. If you want to do investments, it's best time to invest now when the market is more millionaires are made during the downturn. That's why I get all these freaking calls about we want to buy your house. No, get the hell on. You know? But it's about budgeting. It's about really keeping tight with your budget. Don't be, That's what I'm doing. March 1st, I ain't going to the grocery store every day like it's out of rent, running out of style. I bought enough groceries in my freezer, in my pantry. I said, shoot, I don't need to buy that one lick of groceries, no more, except for milk. And even then, um, I'm gonna, use my loose change and buy milk. Yep, budget is the key. When I look through my budget for the month of February, I'm gonna look at that and see, oh dang. But but I'm not eating Chick-fil-A like that like I used to. I tell you that. And going to Culver's. I think my budget thing was $20 something, $20, and I stayed within budget too. But I'm not driving up and down 78 and all that stuff. I'm gonna have to be real cautious of what I do. Heck, eat breakfast for dinner like pancakes or eggs or oatmeal. Yeah. Nope, I'm not doing that. The way prices are and stuff, I said no. Even when I went to the supermarket, I said, "Oh, let me buy this pack of ribs, country ribs." Wow, it's $8 and some change, and it was a big pack at Sam's Club today when I went and bought some. So I got enough groceries to last me, meat wise, vegetables, frozen fruit and stuff I got in the freezer. That's it. I said, "Shoo," and that's it. But don't make I can't you can't don't stress yourself out. I'm not stressing myself out. I mean, I've been depressed and stuff, but I'm trying to get away from that. Hold up, y'all, I'll be back. Ooh, my feet. Oh, massaging my feet in this machine thing. Charlie, get out that closet. Charlie, get where he at? Oh, you right under my desk. What you doing under the desk? He waiting for me to go downstairs. He knows that when I go downstairs, he think I'm gonna go in the refrigerator and he gonna get something to eat. You are not hungry, trust me. He done every time I go in the pantry, and then he knows he be going in the pantry looking up, looking. He be looking for that tuna or salmon. He'll go right in that pantry and be like, looking at the cans and seeing which one I'm gonna pick out for him to eat. But I'm gonna have to find me some cat food because I can't seem to find any cat food. It's other than that big old bag of dry food, but he eats that if I'm not giving him anything. He'll eat it if I'm not feeding him, but that bag is starting to run out. So I'm gonna have to find some alternative ways to get some cat food and the wet food. Cause he do not like no he'll eat the dry food, but he really don't like it. He'll eat it if I don't feed him nothing, but he'll eat that he'll eat the tuna and the sardines. I don't know. I bought 2 cans of sardines, and I ate one piece of it, and I gave him the rest. So he ate up all the can of sardines I had. It was 2. I didn't even buy that many, but he seems to enjoy that. Then when I make breakfast, if I make bacon, I'll give him a little piece of bacon. He'll be, like he'll be looking, just waiting for me to give him some. He'll be looking. But anyway, I've been on here an hour and a half. All right, well, let me go. I got part of my morning free until I go to TurboTax tomorrow. I don't think I have a long schedule tomorrow. I think I broke it up, but I don't work that many hours tomorrow. And then I'm gonna do I think I got 40 something hours that I scheduled myself. I think that was it. But so one last thing for those who came in late. So they're looking for tutors in Gwinnett County, and I had spoke with someone today after I saw an ad on Facebook. They're looking for people to tutor elementary school kids, and they're looking for people desperately. So I read over the information. She sent me the email, and it pays $18 an hour, and you work 20 hours minimum. They'll pay guaranteed 20 hours minimum per week. So I just have to fill out my I-9, and I told them I could do the one. Matter of fact, it was an elementary school right up the street from my house, up in Gwinnett County side. I said, "Ooh, I could do it right over here, not even far from the house." One of the elementary schools, I could do from 8 in the morning to 12, or 12 to 3, or you could do like all day. I said, that's not bad. I could do from 8 to 3, 3 days a week. Give me some peace of mind, get away from, do something more meaningful. But I'll be patient with kids. I've done tutoring before when I was volunteering a few years ago. I did that a couple of times. I have almost forgot that I had did tutoring. So I enjoyed it when I did it. I was volunteering. I wasn't getting paid to do it. So these kids need help. They fell behind in their reading and math. John, where you at? They fell behind in their reading and math during this COVID situation and I read this before, that they were falling behind, can't pass these state tests. So at the end of the year, when school started, they got to take the test. So They need a lot of tutoring. They need a lot of help. So that'll be something good to do. But they may have other things like that in other states because the lady who called me was in a different state. So if y'all look into that, that's something to do. Tutoring, you don't have to have no degrees or nothing. They actually have my highest degree, and I said I had an MBA, but you're just gonna teach a curriculum. Help them to read and help them with math. That's all you're doing with tutoring. So that's not bad. But they really need people to do that. So, but it's not about the money. It's just the fact, you get paid pretty good, and it lasts all through the school year into the summer. But then they haven't yet decided how they're going to do it the fall. So that's something good to do. I know it's all across the board, all through the United States that these kids are falling behind. But um, there may be some other states too. So y'all should look into that. If I find some more information about other states that anyone's interested, if you live here in Georgia, let me know. Um, let me know. Cause y'all know I can find me some gigs. I can find me a job. I sure can. And I have other gigs that I have found out about, but I said, you know what? I'm doing too many of these gigs. And it's like you only could do one or two, but you can't do all of them at the same time. So, but there's no excuse for anybody up in here, especially if you live here in the United States, anywhere across the country. There's always different options to do, you know, because all this gig work, driving around, picking up people food and Uber and Eats and Grubhub and DoorDash, all this stuff they doing. They said now we could take cash. I said, you know, it's not the same. It's not the same like it used to be when 2016. There's a whole lot of people I watch on YouTube and you know, they not making no money like that. Some people are doing it, they did it for a few months and stuff, but they ain't really making it like that. And I feel sorry for those that's their main source of income. Because if it's your main source of income, some people switch doing TaskRabbit now. TaskRabbit, when I heard about it, a few years ago, it wasn't as popular with TaskRabbit, but it's starting to pick up some. People could, they're doing house cleaning, yard work. Shoot. If I'm gonna look on TaskRabbit during the summer and see if I can find somebody who could come over here and help me with the yard work. I'm paying somebody this week to do my yard for $200, but it's a professional lawn care type service. But I need help too. Cleaning, house cleaning. I mean, it's spring is coming up, so deep cleaning. It's time for me to buckle down to do the deep cleaning and throwing out stuff, clean out the garage, and I need somebody to help me with that. So I'm gonna try to do it, but I may have to go on TaskRabbit and hire somebody to come and help me, especially when it comes to when it's time for me to start taking out this old carpet. Hopefully, Home Depot. Charlie, stop running like you crazy. Hopefully, Home Depot have that free carpet install like they did every year. Because I'm gonna take this whole carpet up, all these carpet right upstairs is gonna be taken out, and I'll probably start to do some little things. I can't do everything at once, so I gotta break it up. So probably look on YouTube so I could use my tools that I bought. I bought these tools your Roby tools, and I haven't not used it one time. So I'm gonna do the little handiwork, the little, painting, um, just a little handiwork, nothing major. I ain't trying to remodel a whole bathroom because I can't do that by myself, but I could at least try to do little stuff and learn. I've been watching YouTube videos trying to learn, but I've been so boggled down with working at this job and driving around doing this gigs and neglect. I said I need a break. And when tax season's over, cat, stop doing that. I'm gonna be taking a trip. So I'm gonna do my research so I could figure out where I wanna go. I need a break. I need to get out of Atlanta. I don't care if I go by myself. At this point, I'm gonna go by myself. I'm not gonna say, "Oh, I need someone to go with me. Let's make a trip." I don't want to do no group trips with no cousins or relatives and say, I need space. I need time for myself. I want to be able to go to somebody's beach, go in a nice hotel, walk the beach, and just relax. I deserve it. I worked so hard for these last, not even year. I want to say 5, 6 years I've been working, grinding to the grind. Nope. Time for me to do me. Ain't no point making all this money if I can't enjoy it. So, but anyway, I shall see y'all later. And I'll look at my schedule and see. Maybe I'll be back tomorrow. But it won't be as long like I did today. So go ahead. Thanks for the 4 thumbs ups. Thank y'all for listening. And please have your questions ready for tax season. So that way I could answer some questions. I know knowing y'all ain't gonna come on my live stream, so have your questions ready. And I will be with y'all tomorrow. So talk to you later. I'm gonna call you if you're still up. All right, y'all have a good one. Good night, everyone.